Hey man, it's your boy, Mr. V. Anyway, I just wanted to react a little bit to what I saw with regards to the interview that Julius Malima had on ENC, I think it was, or yeah, on the E News channel. Look, for me, there's a lot of, okay, maybe not a lot, there's one or two things that I feel like they're always going to be a problem. Firstly, let me start off by saying the discussion about what Julius wears, how much it is, I think that's such a petty discussion that people want to have when they don't find anything to blame anyone for anything. It's a cheap shot from where I'm seated, right? You cannot be discussing that with a person who affords life. You cannot. I mean, it doesn't matter how you say it, how you might want to phrase it. I don't think that it's even worth airtime, really. Sorry about that. Now, I thought to myself, the interview was well needed. It was necessary to have. It would put a lot of people at ease with a lot of stuff, right? We would find some information that maybe that would help us work going forward, you know. But for me, I feel like there's still a long way to go, especially if one seeks to increase the number of votes that one would get or would need, whether it's now in 2026 or it's the next national elections. I think it's 2028 or 29, whatever. Then you still have a long way to go. If you talk about the response, and you know, I'm very particular to be speaking about the Mbuyiseni Ndlozi lack of response. And I saw somewhere where someone was saying, look, he doesn't want to be the one to throw the first punch, maybe by clarifying, because then it gives the other person a power over the entire situation. But for me, it's like, rather sit down, the both of you, and talk about it privately and come out and say, you know what, we've sorted our differences, and we're gonna be good going forward. Or come out and tell us what the issue is, because for me, the responses that Julius was giving, centered around the Mbuyiseni Ndlozi saga, they just give the enemy camp power to keep on hounding you over it, right? They will keep on saying you've got this as an issue that you have not dealt with, and therefore you will not receive any votes from us. And I'm talking voters, to say it will be very difficult for them to vote for the EFF, especially when there's a lot of confusion in the leadership of this kind. And one may say, yeah, there's no confusion and stuff, but the truth of the matter is there is infighting of some sort. We might, and this is a person who is deciding to vote or not to vote for you. They don't have time to come and sit with you on a one-on-one and want to find out what you are saying, what you are not saying, what you are doing, what you're not doing. No, they decide on what they are being fed. And right now, I don't think that with this whole departure of a lot of leaders, the EFF has got it on grip. They don't have the control of the narrative. Hence, a simple response would be we will not entertain anything that is concerning Mbuyiseni Ndlozi or the talk thereof. But for the enemy camp, it will be a gift that keeps on giving. Because let's say Mbuyiseni Ndlozi wants to drag this thing, right? Maybe because he's got nothing to lose or anything of that sort. He keeps quiet all through, up until you say something, up until you feel like you can, I don't know, up until when it's too late. Maybe let's say, for example, it's now the election time and he is to leave around that time. That will only destroy the party even further, right? Whereas if really and truly the entire thinking is that as a movement we have to move forward, we have to be progressive and so forth and so forth, I would then think it's logical to sit down and deliberate on it and talk about it, decide to say, okay, are we going this way or are we going that way? Are we agreeing or are we not agreeing? If you agree, you do things in the way that would show that you agree. If you don't agree, you do things in the way that it shows that you are not agreeing. But also, if you keep it where it's at, for the enemy camp, any enemy camp is a gift that keeps on giving. Because they know that they're guaranteed that you will not move anywhere, you will not go anywhere very fast, you will remain where you are, you know, because you always have this thing that you have to defend yourself over and over about. And I say this because when you are with people on the ground, especially for me, for an example, there are people who know that, okay, I vote for EFF, right? And I talk about it publicly. I don't fear anything because that's who I vote for. And they will keep on pushing this discussion with one. And you get to a point where even yourself, it's difficult for you to defend the movement because you can see that this thing is an error in terms of trying to push or market yourself in whatever way. This thing, the way that is being handled so poorly that it does not allow you to have a room to can even call this person over, because immediately you start, they throw the infights, they throw, and you to an extent you can defend the movement if you are able to know that, okay, this is what these guys are saying and this is what we are going with and so forth. But if it's not clear, if it's unclear, then it puts you in a difficult position, because now you do not know how to defend. You do not know who to say may be wrong here, may not be wrong, for what not, right? And now you are left in a position where you can't even recruit someone to say, no, we're progressive and a forward-thinking movement of some sort, come over, do things the way we are doing, or move with us in whatever way, shape and form. And immediately you sit in that position, you stand to lose a lot of people. And I'm not talking members, I'm talking just to persuade someone to vote for you. Because at the end of the day, votes are the ones that count a bit more. Votes count more because those are the ones that will grow the party, that will grow the movement. You can have members who are members in good standing and stuff. If they can't convince the person who will vote, then you will always have that membership. That's it, and that's why it will remain, right? But anyway, for me, I just think that this is a cloud that will keep on hovering over the EFF. I really had this thing that somehow these guys would come back and tell us something about it, you know. They will come back and maybe be clear about it for some reason. But as it stands, it's still not clear. We are still where we were. There's nothing anyone can do about it. You just wait and see. It's a wait and see kind of game. Whether it helps the movement, this wait and see game, or whether it is a wait and see from the negative side, where we keep on losing votes, you know. But yeah, let's have a discussion on the comments to see what people think about the interview. I liked the talk. You know, I always like the talk about him being a family person, really, about him being a father, saying that okay, his son wanted to go partying after the results and stuff, and then he said, I'm coming with you. That's some responsible fathering right there, you know, where people can see, or you can show how to be a parent to your boys or to your kids generally, because at the end of the day, we are raising kids who will grow up to become some people, and we always have to be the best version of ourselves, and to be able to see them do how we want them to do, you know. I like how he parents, to be very honest with you. I like the familyness that he carries, that he brings forth. But yeah, for me, it's just that we are an endangered species. If we carry on like this, really, we will keep on losing. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. Maybe the movement will grow, or maybe they've got a spin in the works. Maybe they know what they will do. I just don't know, you know. Again, maybe I'm not privy to information of some sort, and maybe there's some twists that will come up and show us that actually they were moving in this direction. But we'll see. All of it will be seen in time. Yeah, man, let's have a discussion. Let's see. Anyway, I'm out.